Welcome to PD on a Pinch, where you can find big ideas even when you're short on time. Today on PD in a Pinch, we're going to be talking about coping cards and actions. They're just portable strategies for managing anxiety. Before we get started, if we don't know each other yet, I'm Keri. I'm a school counselor at a K-6 school on the beautiful island of Oahu. I am an author and a mom of 3, and I'm also a former gifted but undiagnosed anxious child who got an ADHD diagnosis in adulthood. So a lot of these strategies that I'll be sharing are things that I think would have been really helpful for me as an anxious kid, and they are strategies that I share with my anxious students on a daily basis. Okay, let's get to it. In this quick session, we're looking at coping cards, a super flexible tool that you can use with anxious students to make their coping skills visible, tangible, and portable. Think of them like tiny emotional toolkits. Coping cards work because they externalize coping tools. Kids who know strategies can't always remember them when they're feeling anxious. Coping cards act like a little flashlight when their thinking gets dark, especially helpful for transitions, classroom stress, and moments when the counselor can't just be there all the time. Let's look at what actually goes on our coping cards. What goes on the cards is going to be highly specific to the individual student. Hopefully you're practicing those strategies together in session and they're finding the ones that work for them. But in general, we want to have a good mix of breathing strategies, grounding techniques, some self-talk phrases that they can use, some simple phrases that they can use to start to use coping thoughts or reframe their negative thinking, and some reminders of safe people or places. We want to have just one skill per card and also include some visuals, some symbols, some emojis, especially for our younger students, because when they are dysregulated, reading probably isn't going to be their first step. So there's no one right way to organize them. It's going to depend on your student and their needs, but maybe you want to put them on a ring like the video on the last slide, or maybe you just want to put them inside a Ziploc bag or a pencil pouch or a little wallet. For some students, if they need to have it accessible on their desk, maybe you just put it in a strip, a single laminated strip. Whatever strategy you choose for organizing them, we want to make sure that we have a backup set, give it to the classroom teacher just in case that important set goes missing. Let's take a quick look at some sample cards. As you can see with these bullet points, they're really simple. There's one strategy per card. Worry's not the boss of me. That's self-talk they can use. Or take 3 rainbow breaths. It's a breathing strategy that they can use. Each card is short, it's clear, and it's meaningful to the student. Bonus points if they help design it or color it. We know ownership increases buy-in. These are great for students who've already learned the strategies but need help remembering and using them in that moment of dysregulation. Making the cards with your students is just part of the intervention. It's a review of what works, what doesn't, and when to use it. You can role play with your student. If you feel that worry rising, which card would help first? And then as you organize them, put that one in the front. You can also role play when and how to use each card in their deck. And we also want to make sure we laminate or use cardstock just so that they're extra durable. This also makes a really great group counseling or classroom activity. We can have our students each contribute one coping idea, something that works for them, and then teach the class or teach the group how to do it. They love seeing what their peers use, and they love demonstrating their own skills to their peers. It also helps to normalize that everyone needs a strategy sometimes. Then you can make a group or a class set or even a coping strategy bulletin board for that area so that everyone can reference it. We know there's no one size fits all, so we do need to adapt for age and need. We of course want to have cards available in students' first languages. For our younger students, we want to use icons or emojis, colors, lots of faces, so that they can use those symbols to help them know what coping strategy they're using. For older students, we can use all of those things, but we can also add to it quotes that are really important to them, mantras, or maybe even song lyrics. For our students with ADHD or sensory needs, we of course want to include some movement-based strategies so that they can get that sensory input as well. The goal here is just to make sure that it's personal to the individual student. It should sound like their voice, not ours. Coping cards really shine in prevention and early regulation. We want to use them before transitions in our social emotional counseling groups or with students prepping for difficult situations like tests or performances. They're less helpful during those already ultra dysregulated moments. We want to use them before we need them. Coping cards are an incredibly simple tool that we can use and put in the hands of our students that are hands-on and high value. They make coping skills concrete, visual, and portable so that students can access them anytime, anywhere. And as we create them together, we know that we're going to get more buy-in from our students. Thanks for joining me for PD in a Pinch. If you want to keep learning more about cognitive behavioral strategies to support students with anxiety in the school setting, you can scan this QR code right here, or check the links in the caption down below. I also have an on-demand webinar that takes self-regulation beyond your Calm Corner and helps you to build it into your multi-tiered system of support. You can scan this QR code or again, check the links down below. If you want ready-made calming cards like the ones that were in this video, I have links for you for those as well. These are easy to print and go. Let your students choose the ones that work for them and go forward. If you want a little bit more flexibility in your printing options, this tool gives you a one-page summary, cards, a poster, and a single strip that can go on student desks or be used as a bookmark. I also have a book that's available for students called the Worry Warriors Guidebook and Journal for Kids, and it's full of evidence-based strategies to help kids understand and address their worries. Before you go, make sure you subscribe so you never miss a school counseling idea, and follow me on all your favorite social media platforms at Counselor Keri. I'll talk to you soon.